Hey man, if you're new to the channel, hey, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hey, I want y'all to throw them RIP Dolphs down there in the comment section, man. If you rock with Dolph, man, throw them PREs down there if you rock with PRE.
Listen, guys, CMG went on a tour in the UK. And they did a little show there, some type of little summer fest. They winding down summer. And he got off the stage right into an interview. Interview was super tense because we were all wondering, are they going to mention the Young Dolph? Are they going to ask anything about Young Dolph, anything about Memphis? Are they going to ask about Finesse two times? And so you got to understand the people on the radio show have to be super respectful to everybody, including CMG and Moneybagg Yo and Yo Gotti. So when they came on the show, just to make sure things didn't get out of hand, they did not discuss Young Dolph. That was in the paperwork. Okay, first of all, before they even left Atlanta to fly and land in London, they had to get the DocuSign back saying that they're not going to talk about Young Dolph. They're not going to mention Finesse two times in the stolen songs and tracks that Moneybagg Yo have been releasing for the past 4 years, and that they are not even able to mention the city of Memphis. They had to sign off on it. The VP signed off, the radio host got signed off, and they brought it back to Yo Gotti. He signed, they took the flight. So in the interview, they really were only talking about, Moneybagg Yo's chain and watch, and he didn't even have the CMG chain on. The only person with the CMG chain on was Glorilla. And so they had on the little like tennis necklaces, the tennis chains. That's what Yo Gotti and Moneybagg Yo were both wearing, two tennis chains. And I have a feeling is because they were worried about the real, there's a lot of people in the UK now that basically, do the same type of hood scene as New York and Chicago. And so they don't want to get their chain snatched by those guys. A lot of drill artists the UK, out of London. Hey, shout out to London too. Shout out to the UK. So if any viewers overseas from the UK, comment down below, man. Like this video. Thank you for watching. And so now, when Moneybagg Yo came out on the show, on the concert, there wasn't a lot of people like yelling or anything like that. So I'm not sure if a lot of UK fans of hip hop actually know CMG. That's really unknown. Like, I've never spoken to anybody, but they don't probably understand the whole totality of the situation in Memphis and the circumstances of what happened between Young Dolph, CMG, Moneybagg Yo, and Finesse two times, and the whole situation with Fabo Gold and Key Glock. Like, they might not even know that because who's like, what kind of person is bringing attention to that over there? And so not a lot of people knew who these guys were, Yo Gotti and Moneybagg Yo. All they knew was that it was, going to be a good show. It was hip hop concert. They had other acts there. Like, CMG was not the final act or anything like that. This was all based around international hip hop bands and all sorts of people, including Snoop Dogg and whatnot. So
And this, y'all really gotta tune in to this, man, because y'all really gotta understand that Moneybagg Yo, like, he's going through a trample of times right now. Like, it's going down for him right now. If you really pay attention to it, he he fell off. Like, Moneybagg Yo, he letting people like rob. Like, at the end of the day, you ain't supposed to let nobody take none from you. All I can say is it's karma.
they had a lot of hit people like that were way ahead of CMG. And so we don't really know if they even knew who they were. But like, if any of them knew, they knew one thing was to not to wear the CMG chain, regardless of if they have fans or not. And so that whole thing goes back to like the guilt trip, they feel guilt. Why would you not wear the CMG? That's their brand, right? And if they're going out and going to work and doing their show, doing the interviews, hopping on the radio station, like, these people brought out expensive camera equipment to get the film of them wearing the CMG chain, and they basically did them wrong by not having their brand and representing it to the fullest. And so when you go back and look at it, maybe Jay-Z gave him the green light not to, have to wear those things because he has stake in CMG. And a lot of people were saying too that Dolph might own 37% of CMG. And like that might not be true, that may be true, but regardless, I mean, it would play into the whole fact of things from, adding into the beef and why they would not, want him to have his own label plus own CMG partially. And they tried to sign him. And when they were trying to sign him for 22 mil, that's when they were trying to put into the contract that the other things that he owns that they will get a percentage of, they will be able to get revenue off of all of that. So it was really a plan for them to try to take PRE from Dolph when they were trying to sign him for 22 mil. And see, they didn't know that on the radio show, so they never asked those type of questions. And they just try to keep it strictly business and say, hey, this is just, we're going to play your song, we're going to ask you how the concert went and your time in the UK. They're not going to get too deep into it and sit down and do a whole Vlad interview or a Say Cheese type one and actually dig into the facts like anytime you see those rappers come on those podcasts. And the reason why they didn't want to do that is because they don't want to have any kind of mix into this whole situation. They don't want to get themselves involved in asking these type of questions. Like they have at the end of the day, they're inviting a guest over, so they can't really ask Moneybagg Yo those type of questions because it will come off as offensive and disrespectful and whatnot. And so, you know, maybe on the next radio show they do, we don't know, but at some point, whenever they hop on a podcast and maybe they go to Breakfast Club, they're going to ask him about the Dolph situation eventually. And so they're going to have to answer to these questions from anytime they do these interviews. And it's going to pop up randomly because of the fact that, we don't know when the next interview is going to be from them. And not a lot of people are going to be wanting to do a CMG interview. Maybe they be scared or maybe they'll be intimidated or don't even want to have to like go down that route and try to put them in the hot seat and have everybody in the country talking about, yeah, these guys just grilled Moneybagg Yo and Yo Gotti about the Dolph situation and all of Memphis. And so it's going to be the right platform that's going to ask them about all of those details and whether they genuinely miss him, if they had anything to play, what they were doing that day, why Yo Gotti went live on the Instagram on the plane.
The only reason he went live is to basically show off when in all actual reality, we all know for a fact that anytime you show off around anybody or any ops go live or anything, things liable to happen. Like on everything. Like everybody know that. If you from the hood, you know that.
Plane and then like 5 minutes later deleted everything, and this was an hour after the Dolph situation. And so once those questions come about, man, a lot of people are going to be watching, and it's going to be eyes all on them for the answers. And everybody's going to be watching the rest of this entire year. It's going to be interesting and going into next year, basically, on how many people are going to be mentioning and asking about the Dolph situation, and because it's everybody wants to know. It's the elephant in the room. Everybody wants to know, exactly what went on, what hand they had to play in it, and they answers to this stuff because they didn't ever go and publicly talk about any of this. TMZ never interviewed them. All we got was Raven's side of the story. And the fact that they didn't post nothing about it, they actually deleted everything, which is just kind of like shady to do that. And so a lot of the fans, man, they're wondering like, do we even, go along with them anymore? Should they be people that we look up to? And so that's a big, big question. So what y'all got to do until then, though, tune back.
Exactly. So that goes to show how karma work, y'all. So I want y'all to know that Moneybagg Yo and Yo Gotti, like they realize they moving wrong out there. They really
In,
moving
subscribe to the
wrong.
channel. Hey,
Like real life. Hey, let me know if y'all rock with PRE or if y'all rock with Young Dolph, man.